I have no idea what's inside this gift box, so join me and let's find out together.
You like it?
Hey magical sparks, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle, and today's video is such an exciting one because we are going to be opening up a surprise gift box that was very kindly sent to me from the team at OHUHU. I was so surprised when I heard about this Christmas gift box, and I am so excited to see what's inside, so let's find out together. Starting it off, the box itself is actually really big, and I saw that it said Sparkle and I was just so happy. And guys, here is the box. I was not expecting this. Look at how gorgeous it is. It's so bright and vibrant and colorful, and the design is so nice. Looking at this, I had two thoughts. Number one being that box is humongous, and number two being if the outside of the box already looks this stunning with this much thought and detail, just imagine how much thought and detail would have gone into the inside of the box. I am so excited to find out, and look at all the things inside the box. Of course, the very first thing I reached for happened to be this card because I think it's so sweet. Just the message on the inside, the handwritten Sparkle, and yeah, I loved it so much. Thank you, OHUHU. This was definitely my favorite thing in the entire box because it really means a lot to me. And now I am so excited because I want to see what's inside this. It's wrapped up in such a pretty way with a cute little ribbon, and I actually had no idea what was inside, but when I had a look, I was stunned. It is the most beautiful 2025 calendar. It's got an amazing drawing at the top and the cutest tropical border around all the months. And look, we can even see OHUHU's birthday. How cool is that? I was kind of juggling to get this in the frame because it's really big, but more on that later. Now for something else that's also really big and really pretty, we have this OHUHU tote bag, which is something I was not expecting, but I'm going to be using this so much because it's so sturdy, it's so big, and not to mention the design is absolutely beautiful. I think it's the same design as the box, and I love the message on it. I love the colors. It's so bright and colorful and definitely looks so artsy. I've been wanting to travel and draw with my art supplies for a while, and I think this bag is going to be perfect for just that. Moving on, next up on my list of I was not expecting this, but I totally love it, is an OHUHU coaster. Like I said, was not expecting it, but I love it so much. It gives me some summer vibes, and it makes me feel so happy because summer is my happy season, and I also love the white base. It's so cute. And talking about cute things, is this not the cutest thing ever? I mean, just look at it, a little chameleon holding an OHUHU birthday cake with OHUHU markers and a sketchbook and wearing an adorable party hat. It's so cute, you just have to love it. And this tag is also so easy to use, and I love it so much. It's going to be super handy. I also wonder if this chameleon has a name because it's so adorable, and I love it so much. And more on the chameleon, check out this pop socket. This you better keep in mind because we are going to be coming back to this multiple times in today's video, and that's going to be for a good reason. But anyways, that's a story for later. For now, let's just bask in the cuteness. And next up, we have an adorable magnet, which we will also be using later on in the video, specifically while I'm working on the drawing in this video. And that drawing has to be one of my favorite drawings I've made recently because it turned out so cool. Also, look at the little OHUHU sketchbook and markers. It's so cute, so colorful, and so tropical. Alright then, so the next thing I grabbed was this pencil case, and I thought it was just a pencil case. But as it turns out, there are things inside, and not just one set of markers, but two sets of markers. I was surprised when I took it out and realized that there was more than one bunch inside. So on the left, we have markers that are dual-sided. On one side, we have a brush tip, and on the other side, we have a fine liner nib. And on this side, we have markers that are dot nibs and calligraphy brush pens. There is such a great variety and I'm so excited to try them out a little later in this video. But for now, check this out, Honolulu Plus Series markers. Now I have never seen a marker case that is like this. It's like got this really nice leather finish almost, and the design on the front is so cute. I love the chameleon. Opening it up, I saw some markers inside, but we are going to look more closely into what Honolulu Plus means later on in this video. But for now, check this out.
Come close, sugar pie. Do you like it? You like it? I love it. You love it too? I love it too. Do you love it? It's pretty nice, isn't it? It's pretty cool. Thank you. Can you say thank you? You gonna do a big stretch? Big stretch. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Choo-choo. He loves it. You love it. High five. Yeah, good boy. Bless you.
And as you can see, Mr. Jun approves, and that's all the approval we're gonna need. Next up, we have these OHUHU markers, and they are brush tip acrylic markers, and I think it's just so cool because I have never tried the OHUHU markers before or the Honolulu Plus markers, and that means today I will get the chance to try them out with all you guys there too. And now check out this handy infographic. Not only does it look so cute, but it's also so informational because we can see all the different types of markers that OHUHU makes with lots of information on each of them, which is definitely very handy. And now having a look at the Honolulu Plus section, we can see that what makes these markers special is that they have a special rubber nib. But more on that later. For now, check out these stickers. How cute are they? And this sticker sheet, both of them has so many sparkles, which is something me, as Sparkle, will definitely love. And next up, we have another marker pad. Now these marker pads are actually so good because just recently I tested out another marker pad from OHUHU, which is basically the same but just in a different size. And what makes it so special is that it has got a no bleed through special feature, as in the marker ink will not bleed through to the other side, which is something that is not very common because in any other sketchbook it does tend to bleed through, but with these sketchbooks it somehow miraculously doesn't. At this point I thought I had covered all the gifts, but as it turns out there is still another gift inside, and they are glitter markers. And you know what? We are going to be adding this to my extensive list of art supplies that I'm going to be trying for the very first time in today's video because I have never ever tried OHUHU glitter markers before. So let's try them out today. And now as you can see, this box is really big, like you can just see the depth of it. And here is everything that was inside the box. Check it out, it filled the entire other half of my desk, and I thought it looked nice, but I wanted to make it look a little bit cooler, so I went ahead and did some organizing to make it look nice and aesthetic. And here is the little mountain of gifts that I managed to build. Check it out. And I was so flattered when I looked at this. I just want to take this chance to send out a very, very big thank you to the team at OHUHU for sending me this wonderful gift box and for your amazing note and all the wonderful art supplies and stationery inside. It truly means a lot to me. It felt like a dream come true and I'm so happy. Just looking at this reminds me of when I got my first OHUHU marker set, and then I gradually built my collection, and OHUHU was a very, very big part of my art journey, and I definitely could not be where I am today without OHUHU. Thank you so much. And now it's time to organize all these wonderful gifts around my art room because I want my art room to reflect the wonderful tropical colors of all of these gifts. And I personally love like beachy settings and like beaches, oceans, tropical islands. Like it's definitely my favorite type of place, especially to go on vacation, and I really love how all these gifts are giving me those wonderful happy vibes. Also, I know this video is definitely on the longer side compared to my usual video length because I usually try to stay within the 15 to 25 minutes range, but this video is so close to being almost 35 minutes long. Still, it is a nice change of pace, and it also means you guys get a little more content, so I hope you enjoy it as well. And now let's move over to my other desk.
Are you my cute puppy? You're my cute puppy.
You're a little cutie. Jin Jin. Thank you for being a star, baby. You're a star. Are you the cutest baby in the world? Are you Mr. June? Do I call you Puppy Cat? It's because you look like a puppy and you act like a cat. So you're a puppy cat. Mr. Puppy Cat. I love your eyelashes, Jun Jun. Can I ask you a question? Do you know that your name is June? Yeah, you probably know that. Do you know that you're really, really cute? I believe I must pay you in treats, good sir. Is that correct? Well, I shall do just that. Who wants treats? Go on, let me get you some treats. Mr. June loves stealing the show, and you guys love it when I give him the spotlight. So of course, we're gonna do just that. So this is my other desk. This is the desk that I have in my bedroom. It's a lot more simple, and I thought I'd add my calendar in here because I thought it would look really cute. And of course, it does. Here's how it looks. I absolutely love how well the calendar goes with my OHUHU markers, the ones on the desk, and altogether it looks so bright, so colorful, and altogether it definitely livens up the little space over there. And of course, the chameleon is so cute. And now look at this bag. So I thought to myself, looking at this bag, that I could color in the back, but then I decided against it because I love how it looks just being plain white. So instead, I decided to use it for now as a decoration in my room. So I'm going to place it here on my brand new art trolley and use it whenever I need it. But when it's not in use, it's going to be an amazing, colorful decoration to the entire room. I'm so happy that the timing of me getting this art trolley and the timing of getting this gift box worked out perfectly. And for the coaster, I'm going to put it right here so I can use it afterwards when I'm drinking tea. For now, I think I'll let my water bottle save its seat though. And next up, I thought putting this magnet on the art trolley would work perfectly, and thankfully, it's magnetic, so it did work perfectly. And now for this adorable pop socket, I was going to put it on my phone, but I have been thinking about getting a new phone case, so I might just save this for that. Until then though, I'm going to place it on my desk because I think it goes really well with the entire theme we've got going on. And also, it's adorable. And I love putting adorable things on my desk. It's just a little minor obsession. Anyways, moving on now to the marker pad. So I was thinking about using the new one, but then I thought it would be a little more wise to firstly use up the old one before I start the new one. And that means that we will be doing all our swatches in my old sketchbook. So here's how the Honolulu markers look. Now, the first thing we get inside is the sheet protector, which we're not going to be needing because this is a bleed-proof sketchbook anyways. After that, we have this information pamphlet. It's got information about OHUHU, their markers, the colors, and all that cool stuff, which is really nice to read. And next up, we have got a swatch sheet, which we'll be using very soon. But let's just put all that aside and have a look at the markers. What exactly does Honolulu Plus mean? As you can see, it says Supreme Brush. So one side is a chisel nib, and the other side is not just a brush nib, it is a Supreme brush nib. And here's how it looks. So the first thing I noticed was that it definitely looks a lot longer than the normal classic Honolulus, but the main difference was in how it felt. Because as I described before, I think the nib is made out of rubber, and it just felt so flexible. It kind of reminded me of just being able to use a normal paintbrush and just having it bounce back, whereas some brush markers, they tend to kind of fray over time. These ones, they just felt a lot more sturdier in general. They may fray over time, I'm not sure, but they just felt really sturdy and flexible at the same time, which was pretty cool. And getting that perfect combination between sturdy and flexible definitely would not have been easy, but let me tell you, it was totally worth it. And now next up, we have got our OHUHU Nahuku markers. I'm excited to try these out because last time I tried out markers from OHUHU, acrylic markers, but they were bullet nibs. These ones are brush nibs, and they require no activation. All you have to do, as you can see in the user manual, is just shake the pen and use it. It's that easy. I love activating brush markers and like acrylic markers, But the thing is, sometimes it can be time consuming, especially if it's like quite a big set. But with this, you can just skip that step and get straight into it, which is pretty handy. You know what else is pretty handy? You can see just how much ink is inside the marker just by looking at the side of the barrel. And since both the top and the bottom of the marker are labeled with the colors, you can see what color the marker is regardless of how you store it. And now let's get to the swatching. Also, we are almost halfway through the video, which is amazing. And if you've managed to watch this far without skipping or fast forwarding, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And if you'd like to let me know you made it this far, feel free to comment this emoji down below. Thank you so much once again. And now onward we go to the swatching, and as you can see, this marker, not only does it require minimal activation, but it also glides on the paper. Like, just look at it, it is literally gliding on both white and black. And it really surprised me because sometimes with paint markers, especially pastel colors, they do require multiple coats to show up on black, like even just nail polish as an example. Pastel nail polishes tend to require more coats. But as you can see with these swatches, they worked really well just with one coat. And the truth is, I am impressed. It worked really well, and I'm really happy with how the swatches turned out. And now let's see how these glitter markers work. Aside from the mess that glitter makes, I love pens and markers that have glitter in them, especially gel pens, metallic pens, and glitter pens. So I'm really excited to see how these work. I'll admit, opening these up would have been a lot easier if I had both hands to myself. Unfortunately, I only had one hand, but eventually I got both hands back. And once I did, I went ahead and opened up the box to see the markers inside. Okay, they're looking pretty good. Let's tip them out and get them in rainbow order. Oh, and look at this. It even comes with a little pamphlet with information on how to activate the markers. Definitely very useful. So once I organized the markers by rainbow order, the first thing I thought to myself was, wow, those are a lot of markers. Like, thing is, 24 as a number doesn't sound that big, but when you physically see 24 beautiful markers in front of you, it's a lot. And of course, we're gonna get swatching. So I shook the marker, and here's how the nib looks. And then I grabbed out a sticky note and began activating it. It was pretty easy to activate, and it worked amazing. Like, look at this. It's so sparkly. Like, that basically looks as shiny as a real jewel. At first, I thought that the purple or pink or even aqua might be my favorite color, but the truth be said, the silver one definitely has to be my favorite just because of how shiny and sparkly it looks. It's definitely my favorite out of all 24. Now, one weird thing was this purple marker was already activated even before I got the chance to activate it. The nib was also frayed and there was no glitter coming out. So I decided to shake it and press it down just like I've been doing for the other markers to activate them. But the nib got stuck and I couldn't bring it back out. I was kind of worried it might leak, but thankfully it didn't leak and the glitter started flowing out. So the actual nib is still kind of stuck inside the marker, but on the bright side, it's working, there is glitter showing up, and it's not leaking, so I guess that's fine. But I still have no idea how or why that happened, and it was also just that one marker, like the other 23 were perfectly fine, so I'm not sure. Anyways, here are how all the markers look. As you can tell, the silver is just like glowing, it's like standing out. It's definitely the prettiest out of all of them, in my opinion, but the others are gorgeous as well. And now finally, to wrap up this swatching process, we are going to be swatching the art supplies inside this wonderful pencil case. And I was thinking about potentially coloring it in, but I love the minimalistic white design and I don't want to color it in. I think it looks gorgeous just the way it is. So let's get started and have a look at the markers. So these are the PUPE markers. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce them, but they might be called Pupe, maybe. I'm just going to say that for now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And here are how the nibs look. We've got a brush nib and a fine liner on the other side. Not only are these markers dual-sided, but these markers are also dual-sided. So these are the, I believe, Kumimi markers. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying my best. And on one side, we have got a calligraphy brush, and on the other side, a dot pen. And this is so unique. I've never seen a pen with this combination before, and I think it's amazing because calligraphy brush pens are so versatile and useful in so many situations, and dot pens are like one of the most satisfying things to use. So these pens are definitely my cup of tea. So firstly, the brush markers worked really well. The brush was very comfortable to use and quite flexible too. And as for the Kumimi pens, okay, I'm so sorry. When I wrote it here, I accidentally wrote Kumim, but just imagine that says Kumimi. They worked amazing as well, and I love using the dot pen specifically because it was just so much fun to use, and the calligraphy brush was so good. I'm using it right here, and it's really flexible and super easy and fun to use. And this is just really random, but I went through a calligraphy obsession stage a couple of years ago, and I love calligraphy, I love brush pens, and I'm so happy that I managed to do lots of calligraphy on this page as well. Or at least hand lettering. Anyways, that is basically it. Here are how all these swatches turned out. There are so many colors, there are so many markers, and I am so excited that I can draw with these in the future as well and create art with them. And just looking at all this makes me so excited when I think about all the possibilities of what these could be. And now let me show you the first idea that popped into my head. So you know these sticker sheets? I particularly love how this sticker looks, the Aloha sticker. I think it looks so nice and colorful, and I also love the font on it. So I decided to try and recreate it with a bit of magic and some pixie dust and also one pencil, and voila, we've got the sketch done. And then I just grabbed a random assortment of markers. I tried to grab all the different types of markers that I could grab, and I used them to kind of color in this little hand lettering page. And also, whoever designed these stickers, like, these stickers are amazing. They're so adorable, and especially the chameleon, just gotta love that. Also, look at the difference between the markers. So on the top we've got the Honolulu Plus, and on the bottom we've got my current markers. When you look at it directly, there's not much of a noticeable difference, but I would describe the main difference as being something you can experience when you use the markers. And in specific, the Honolulu Plus is just, it feels a little more sturdy yet flexible compared to the current markers. That would be how I would describe it personally. Anyways, just like that, we're done. Here's how the page turned out. Look at how shiny it is. It looks gorgeous in sunlight, and I'm so proud of how it looks. And with that, I think it's time that we begin drawing. And for today's drawing, we're just not going to make a random drawing. That would be too easy. Instead, I'm going to challenge myself with what was in the box. So firstly, this pop socket looks so cute, and I'm going to try and turn this into a human. I'm also going to try and take the magnet and use that to draw the background. More on that later though. But for now, let's go ahead and start off by sketching our character. So one of the stickers in the sticker set had the exact same design as the pop socket, so I decided to add that to the corner of the page for me to use as reference. And then my plan was to go ahead and sketch out a very happy and excited pose, then draw a very happy and excited expression, and then work on the hair and outfit, kind of keeping it inspired by our sticker. So for example, as you can see between the character's eyes on the sticker, there's like this line near the forehead. So that's what kind of inspired me to give my character front bangs or a fringe. And then also I included the wonderful little flower necklace as well, and just some minor things like that. I was thinking about adding the tail, but I wasn't exactly sure how to do that, so I kind of just left it. But yeah, that's basically my plan. And the truth is, it felt a little too easy, so I decided to make it even more interesting by adding an extra layer to the challenge. So once I finished sketching out the character, I decided to draw a background behind her. But the thing is, I didn't want it to look like just any old background. What I was going for was kind of like, you know those postcards that people send from vacation? I kind of wanted to make it look like that. So to do that, I sketched out this type of frame behind her to make it look like a postcard. I added some tape as well to give it that scrapbooky type of feel. And then I used elements from the OHUHU magnet that you can see on the left, and I incorporated that into the background. Things like the palm tree, the juice, the starfish, the crab, the seagulls, and also the color palette for the sky as well. I incorporated these types of details, and in that way, I was able to come up with this sketch, and to be honest, it turned out much better than I could have expected. I was also debating on whether I should add like a written message, something kind of like on vacation or tropical or wish you were here or Hawaii or something like that. But then I had a different idea. I thought, what if after I finished all the coloring, I went ahead and added even more stickers onto this drawing? And of course, I had to leave some room for that as well. And now it is time to lighten our sketch and begin the line art. So part of me was kind of thinking, what if I just skip the line art and go straight into the coloring and give it that kind of realistic, no line art type of look? But another part of me really wanted to add line art just because it will help define the elements and help kind of separate the character from the background. So, as a compromise, I decided to use my 0.05 fine liner because that one is actually quite thin, so you can barely even see the lines. And it worked out perfectly. Okay, now hear me out. How cool would it be if I used the tote bag as a background for my drawing? Because that idea suddenly just popped into my head and I immediately had to try it out. And here's how it looks. I mean, if OHUHU makes a desk mat for artists in the future, that would be totally awesome. I would really love that. But anyways, it's time to start the coloring. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why are you coloring the dress? Don't you always color the skin first? Well, that is what I usually almost always tend to do, but today I really wanted to kind of see the green color on the page, especially because we are trying to draw the chameleon as a human, and I really wanted to just get that green color there. So I used the jade green color to color in the dress, and I used some brown and some blue for some shading, and here's how it's looking. I'm already loving it, and it's definitely kind of giving me that chameleon type of vibes. And now to take it up a notch, we are going to be bringing out a very nice lime green color to add some tiny little flowers on the character's dress, because that just gives me really tropical type of vibes, and that's exactly what I'm going for. Also, what a coincidence, as I was working on this drawing, I was also wearing a dress that is the exact same color, and it also had a flower pattern on it, except they were light pink flowers and not light green, but still that's such a crazy coincidence because it's basically almost the same dress. And yeah, crazy. Crazy to think about that. Anyways, back to our drawing. So once I finished up the flowers and the dress, I decided to go ahead and color the skin next. But instead of using only the markers that were inside the gift box, I decided to use those markers in addition to my already existing OHUHU markers. And I picked out a couple of colors to help me shade the skin, because sometimes when you use more colors to emphasize the shadows and tones in the skin, it can kind of help the character look a bit more lively and a bit more natural rather than using just one flat color. So that's what I did. I used 5 markers to color in the skin tone, and it worked out pretty well. So firstly, I tested out my method on the neck, and once I was happy, I went ahead and did the face. And once you do the face, you basically just go ahead and kind of just rinse and repeat that process for the rest of the body, and then voila! Before you know it, you are already done. And now when I think about it, I love how this drawing turned out, and I still cannot believe that I got inspired by this beautiful gift box. It's so crazy, inspiration can literally take any form. It's honestly insane. Anyways, back to our source of inspiration. So as you can see, our character has nice pink blushy cheeks. And of course, we have to give our drawing nice pink blushy cheeks as well. So to add some nice bright blush, I used this random pink pencil. I've had this pencil for ages and I have no idea what brand it's even from, but it works really well. I also used that with some markers to add some lipstick, and once I did that, I went ahead and colored in the eyes. So I went with some brown eyes, and then I grabbed the yellow acrylic marker and I used it to kind of add these sparkles inside, just like the main character, or the sticker has as well. Then I colored in some accessories and moved straight onto the hair. So for the hair, I kind of had this idea in my mind. So my idea was to go with brown hair that has baby pink highlights. Now I haven't drawn a character with baby pink highlights in quite a while, but I was pretty curious to see how to look. And to my surprise, it worked out really well. And I also went ahead and added in some shading afterwards with some purple and some peach and even just a brighter pink to really make it pop. And in the end, it looks so cool. I think it works really well because since this character mainly has a lot of green on her, just having some pink in her design here and there just adds that nice sense of contrast and just makes her pop. I also colored in the flower garland just like how it looked on the sticker, and then I used the gold Q-Mimi pen to go ahead and color in some of her accessories. And I love how metallic it is, it definitely pops. And just like that, I finished coloring the subject, and next up it's the background. But before that, a cute little distraction.
Can you sit? What are you doing? Do you like the drawing? Do you like my drawing? Are you not sure? You do like it. You do like it. Thank you, baby. Thanks, June. Yeah, baby. What's up? What's up, baby? Go, 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 go.
My voice completely changes when I talk to Mr. June because he's a dog and I use dog-directed speech. But yeah, it's just like a natural thing that happens. Anyways, back to our drawing. So I decided to go ahead and color the sand yellow, and then I did a bit of a gradient for the waves in the background, and I also did a gradient for the sky. Now, the majority of this is inspired by the magnet, and I'm so happy that I got inspiration from the magnet because I probably would not have tried something like this if it weren't for the gorgeous design on the magnet. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. I loved adding speckling details to the sand. I loved coloring in the purple to pink to orange gradient for the sky. And overall, this drawing really just pushed me to step outside of my comfort zone and try a whole heap of things that I probably wouldn't have tried otherwise. And even just the color combination, like usually I would worry a little bit if I'm using such vibrant colors, but today I kind of just went for it and it honestly felt amazing. And not just that, but the final drawing turned out amazing, and the entire process of working on this drawing was absolutely wonderful. Overall, the process, the final drawing, and the way it makes me feel, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And now it's time to take things up just a notch with these stickers. So I decided to just add a random assortment of stickers on this drawing and just kind of make it look really full and busy. I added a lot of sparkles as well, which is something I will never regret. And we are so close to the end. Once I added the stickers, I added some shading around the frame. I also added some little sparkles here and there. And we're signing it off, and I think we all know exactly what that means. Alright then, now just before the grand reveal, let me show you some other drawings that I worked on. So this is a random page of little drawings that I made using the OHUHU acrylic markers, specifically the Nahuku ones. And then on the next page, here is a drawing that I made of a little flower fairy garden house that I got recently. So for this drawing, I used the OHUHU Nahuku markers as well as a combination of other art supplies from other brands as well. And I worked on this during my recent live stream. And next up, just a reminder, this is the character that we're trying to draw as a human, and this is what the background of our drawing was inspired by. Also, here is how the sticker sheet looks after I used a bunch of stickers. And before I show you guys how the final drawing turned out, here is how our swatch sheet looks, still very sparkly and colorful. Here is my recreation of one of the stickers. And finally, here is how the drawing turned out. Check it out. Okay, I was not expecting it to turn out this amazing, and I am stunned. I love how this drawing turned out. I love how bright and vibrant and colorful it is. I love the background, the stickers, the character's outfit. I think it's perfect. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And once again, thank you so much, OHUHU, not only for inspiring me to make this fun drawing, but also for gifting me all these wonderful art supplies, and especially the sweet card. The entire gift box was amazing, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And also, thank you so much to everyone who watched this video and stayed along with me for 33 minutes. You are all amazing. Anyways, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys all have a fabulous day. Stay awesome as always. I'll see you in the next one.